What's up guys, Jamie Bunn with Fish Blue Water. In today's topic, we're going to be showing you how to rig an internal set of outriggers. We're here on our new 39-foot CV. We've got a brand new set of the Gemlux Internal Outriggers. These bad boys are 22 foot in length. And I don't claim to be an expert in rigger fishing. This guy behind me, who's a close friend of mine, Mr. Art Sapp, Captain Art Sapp of Native Sun Charters is. Art, you've got the Gemlux riggers on your boat, and how long have you been fishing for so far?
I've got a set of prototypes now. These have been on the boat for 8 months, so they're actually very new to the marketplace. But they've mine are 27 feet long. We wanted to test them, put a real test on how long they could be and still hold up and be a good, rigid, stiff outrigger, and they're holding up extremely well.
So Art's chartering a couple hundred days a year. He's fishing all the tournaments, and obviously he certainly is qualified to take us through this process together. So this is going to be a learning experience for me, just like it is for you guys. So stay tuned and we're going to get this thing rolling. All right, so Art, what are the steps involved in getting these riggers basically outfitted and ready to go?
Yeah, well, one of the great things that Gemlux has done, the issue with having the line in riggers was always they were generally one piece, and the shipping was a nightmare. You'd order your set of riggers, and 9 times out of 10 they'd come broken. These guys have developed a set of riggers that allow you to put the line inside, but can also be collapsed.
Mine came in about an 8-foot box, I think.
It's amazing, yeah. And the way they ship them too, with that little honeycomb system there, they never come broken. So, step 1, phenomenal job there, Gemlux, in finding a way to ship these things. Step 2, obviously get them on the boat, and they more often than not they give you an option as to if you want to how you mount them. They don't set the screw hole for the base mount. They give you that option if you want to twist them, set them however you want. These right now are set basically straight up and down. I think I've got mine kicked a little bit, turned in, because when we're pulling on the kites, I want as they pull by far harder than anything else you're trolling. I want as smooth a pull as possible on the pulleys. So that's what that gave us. You're going to be pulling a bit more of an angle with them straight down like that. And then put them on the boat and get started rigging. So we've got everything organized here, ready to rock. We made a couple of little tweaks. R&R makes, in my opinion, the best outrigger clips on the market. Black still makes a phenomenal clip. We use them when we're kite fishing and everything else too. So we'll use the R&R clips for the long riggers. They're capable of a lot more tension and they're smoother. And they also can go down when you're just pulling live baits in less than a pound to pop them. Okay. So the only issue I find with them, and sorry Ray, but they come with some less than strong swivels in my opinion. And whatever, you blue marlin fish or something, if you're pulling some big lures, I want more strength in that. Yeah, I don't want that to fail. So we go ahead and put in some ball bearing swivels. The other great thing about these deals is they're intended for specific sides. So especially when you're trolling light baits, if you're white marlin fishing or whatever, dredge fishing, sail fishing, dink ballyhoos, on that left rigger, for whatever reason, it'll slack, and it'll just phantom, fall out of the clip. The clip will still be shut, and somehow the line just falls out. So inevitably, oh, I bit. Oh, no, I'm not. The clip's still shut, never had a bite. And
so you're not seeing that happen with these clips?
It never happens with these R&R clips. I love these things. But now that we're all organized, everything we want, heat shrink iron, our crimpers, everything, we're ready to rock. Time to start lacing some line through the riggers.
Let's do it.
It took a little bit of learning on this move here. The key to running line through the inline or inside rigger poles is don't crimp it, but put your little bend and put a crimp on the line. If you're trying to run it straight, it has a tendency to run into stuff and stop and snag up. Okay. Yeah. So the first time I did it, without having spoken to the fellows at Gemlux, Actually had to take the rigger apart, run it through, actually having put it together once, and then I called him and said, dude, there's got to be a better way.
Art, that's why I have you here.
Yeah.
Just for the record, just throwing that out there.
Put a loop in it and it'll fly right through, and it does. So starting at the base, we're gonna do our long riggers first. Get that loop started in there, and away it goes.
And where are we coming out? All the way at the end?
We're gonna go all the way to the end. We may have to redirect once we get to the first couple stops there.
Okay.
Also, I've already got plenty of line pulled off the skein.
I can hear it coming through all the way up here.
Oh yeah, you'll see it up there. You'll see it pop up. Let me know when we get to the tip there, Jamie. All right, we ought to be close. I'm feeling something stop it up. Have to make our first run to the garage and go get ourselves a D-hooker, please.
All right, got it with the D-hooker.
Still plenty of line. Just
here we go, coming straight back. And it's all yours, Cap.
Yep. All right, so from here, we want to make sure we've got plenty of extra line. Give ourselves an opportunity to reach wherever it is we're going to end up with our final
attachment.
Yeah, with the pulleys and everything, but we got plenty of extra. All I do here, I'll get my line cutter real quick.
I'll grab it for you.
All right.
Make me feel like I'm doing something here.
So I just took the loop apart that we did not have crimped. Gave myself plenty of spare. And I just stick the other end back in the crimp for now. And that way it's not going anywhere. And we get our second pull set up. Crimper loop, you want to try this side? You force it and I'll do the grabbing?
Sure, why not? So this one, the second one's coming through here, and then where does it end up?
Yep. We'll go to the second from the end there.
Okay.
For our short rigger.
Here we go. Feeding her through. Cap, I hit something, is that you?
Must be. I don't think I've got the other one still. I don't feel it, I don't think you're here yet.
Okay.
There we go, I got you now.
Are we searching for the crimp?
We are. I got them both coming from the wrong direction there. I went a little too far. There she is. There's our two lines. Job one done. Next, we're headed down into the boat to at least start one end, but we're also going to need to get our rigger set where we think we're going to fish the thing. And fortunately for now, we are working back towards land, so the line can't get away from us. So I always start at the top and work back. All right, hold that please, that's short rigger.
Yes, sir.
Going long rigger. So there's a million different theories on it. I like to put stoppers, a lot of guys don't. If you don't put a stopper, there's a pretty good chance your crimp's gonna get stuck inside that long pulley out there. So we put, some guys use like lure heads or whatever. All Gemlux in their rigger package sends these little pelotas, so that's what I like to use.
Pelotas.
Yeah. About all the Spanish I've got. And again, the R&R clips are specific to which side. Release down. So
you want it to open out, right?
Here. Yep. This dude lives on this side. We need our piece of heat shrink. All right,
this is very technical, ladies and gentlemen. I am pulling the heat shrink tube out of the bag.
Yeah, we pre-cut everybody. One less step to do while we were out here. Heat shrink. Little crimp.
And is the heat shrink, which I prefer to have on there, is it more for aesthetics?
It's definitely for aesthetics. And there is, like when we're kite fishing and everything, the less you can have for that braid, it is pretty small to hang up on, the better.
Right. Okay.
And that little tip of line sticking out at the end will be covered with that heat shrink and avoid potentially getting hung in that braid.
It's like everything else, presentation, right?
If you can do it right. Yep. So I like to leave a very small loop there.
And so this is 400 pound?
Correct, yep. And what
black mono?
I believe they use LP mono, because it's stiff like LP mono, but it's good line the Gemlux is using. So when I'm heat shrinking, this is a relatively simple little tool here. I never use fire, and I use this thing on the low setting. I mean, it never gets hot enough even to hurt your fingers. You can leave it over it forever, but this way we're not damaging the mono at all. Shrink it down, nothing shiny other than the swivel itself, which...
I thought heat makes things get bigger.
Not this stuff.
All
Voila.
right.
Beautiful connections.
Looks good to me.
Same trick we just did. We've already got the heat shrink and the black pelota, and our well, with the black clips, the clip opens out like it would with your kite rig or anything else. As we are working out, make sure that you got that going on there the right way. I have made the mistake not paying attention and put them on backwards. I had to cut everything down and start all over again. Which I really don't want to have to do this time. It would look silly. Crimpers.
Gotcha.
Voila.
How am I doing, guys?
Hell of a job, gun bearer. Low setting, don't burn your mono. And don't use fire. Go keep the economy going and buy more tools. And if you're working in your boat and doing bilge wire or live well pumps, any of that sort of stuff, and you're heat shrinking with fire and not one of these,
You're asking for trouble.
yeah, you deserve what's coming. All right, so the tops are done. The easy parts are done. Now we got to make sure we get our lengths right. So, come back to our, again, got to make sure we know which is which. You hold those for me, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
Gemlux also created these new halyard locks. So far, and we're nearly at the end of sailfish season, these dudes have held up, and it has been the windiest sailfish season. We're fishing 30 plus knots in almost every event this year, and so far so good. Every other set we've tried, we've broken. These dudes are holding up. And a nice thing, once you get her through there, just to make sure she doesn't go anywhere, you go ahead and lock it. Golden. So, if that's the short rigger, that must be the long rigger.
Now, when you're putting the line through there, short, long, does it matter which side you're choosing?
I'd prefer to do it the long on the top and the short on the bottom, but
Long on the out, so that's the outside?
yeah, I don't know that it matters or not.
Yeah.
Hasn't ever really mattered too much to me. So we've decided for now, at least, that we're going to attach our rigger bases right here off that outside rod holder on the T-top. Gemlux makes, though they're not marketing yet, some really cool, in combination with sea-suckered halyard locks that will stick to the bottom of the T-top, in some cases some all the way down to the leaning post, depending on your boat configuration. But it's
my ordering now.
Yeah, they don't exist yet, so nobody's ordering them yet, but very soon. I'm fortunate enough to have a set of prototypes that are just awesome. But all right, lock this dude in for now. Obviously, we made all that extra to make sure that we didn't run short, and one of them got closer than I would have expected at an extra 3 feet. But hold that side if you would, Jamie, so we don't, this side over here. That side to go in trash. Voila. No litter bugging. All right, heat shrink, please, sir. One on each.
Uno. Dos.
And then a crimp on each. All right, crimps and heat shrink are on each. And now is the trick of trying to get them perfectly snug while working through a tiki torch.
I like to make things challenging here at Fish Blue Water.
Leave yourself plenty of tag here while you're doing this, because it makes it a lot easier while you're adjusting your tension, your length. And don't shrink your loop down too much until you've gotten your really close to where you want to be. All right, there's your long rigger. Short rigger. Again, maintaining a good size loop while we're adjusting our tension. Because once it gets small, it kind of creases the mono a little bit and makes it a little more tricky to adjust. That's a little, and again, the mono is going to stretch a little bit over time, so I try to make them pretty snug to start, and then there may be some adjustments as time goes on. Yeah, we're bent a little bit by tiki torch, and we're a little more slacked out. I think I'm going to take a little more on the long, and we're going to be right where we want to be. I love it. You want to get over and press on the other side of those crimpers for me, please, Bunn?
Starting to make this look like some outriggers.
Yeah.
Ready to fish.
Yeah, I got your back to the camera, my apologies. Yep. Und. One more time. Yeah, wait. Open up. Let her hunt.
Good?
Yep. And our nippers. We're gonna do it again on the other short rigger, or long rigger. We just did the short rigger. All right, ready to crimp on the other one? Yep. Let her rip.
Right hole?
Yep. Heat shrink iron. Low setting, don't burn your mono. I sound like a broken record. Last thing you want is to get a quality bite in your mono to come apart or stick your kite out and hook it to your riggers and everything goes kapow right off the bat. That starts your day off so wrong. Like I said, we changed all this stuff. It comes, the black clips come with this little metal thing inside with these orange beads. I can't take that, it's gotta look pretty, so we've changed all that same black mono and we put in ball bearing swivels to make them stronger and more effective in my opinion. Voila.
So we got one side ready to roll.
Nice and smooth.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Now the only thing that's missing is a couple baits.
Go fishing.
That's next, after we get the other side done.
Definitely gonna talk this dude into going and do some dredge fishing in this girl.
Yep, that's gonna happen.
Southeast wind, we gotta go to Chubb like pronto.
All right, so we're gonna move to the other side, and then when this is all said and done, we'll show you a finished boat with two completely rigged set of 22-foot Gemlux Internal Outriggers. This guy's making it all happen, Captain Art Sapp, Native Sun Charters.
Yay.
All right, and that is how you rig a set of internal riggers. These are our 22-foot Gemlux. Art, you're the man, bro. So stoked to get out there and play with these things and learn a little bit more about rigger fishing than I currently know. So that'll be a future video. We're gonna get out there, we'll fish the kites out of these, we'll pull some dredges, some baits, and get some more how-tos for you guys in a different place. Art, obviously, as I've said before, this is how you make your living. Native Sun Charters. So for our followers and subscribers, if they want to book a charter with you, how do they do that?
Call me. Search the internet, I reckon. I don't have much of a website, but I hope to one day.
What is your website?
Yeah, good question. Anyway, probably easier to find us on social media, Native Sun Sport Fishing or Native Sun Fishing Team or Art Sapp or whatever you want, but find us, please.
And if you can't find him, you know how to find us, and we'll put you in touch with him.
Wonderful, thank you.
Jamie Bunn, Art Sapp, Fish Blue Water. We'll see you at the next one.